IELTS Life Skills A1 Spouse Visa Test.
Hey everyone, this is Angelina. I'm an IELTS coach and a language trainer. And today in this video, we'll talk about IELTS A1 Life Skills Speaking and Listening Test. Now, all of you have seen the videos about the important topics of IELTS A1 Life Skills Speaking Tests. But have any one of you tried to find out the pattern of the test, the time of the test, how many candidates would be there in the test? So today in this video, I will answer all those important questions. Number 1, the test time must not exceed more than 18 minutes. In easier language, it means that the test time cannot be more than 18 minutes. It can be between 16 minutes to 18 minutes. This is the accurate and standard time for the test of IELTS A1 Life Skills Speaking and Listening Test. Now we'll talk about number of candidates in the test. There will be 2 candidates in the test, candidate A and candidate B. Remember, there will be 3 people in the examination room: the examiner, candidate A, and candidate B. Let's talk about Phase 1A. In my language, I call it the interview phase. The time for this phase or this section is 4 to 5 minutes. In this phase, the examiner asks questions from candidate A and candidate B about their names, nationalities, work or study, and where do the candidates live? Important question, what are their free time activities? Now, let's talk about Phase 1B. Now, this section, I call it the question section. The time for this section is 5 minutes. The examiner will ask candidate A and B to question each other. The examiner can say, candidate A, I'd like you to ask questions from candidate B about his neighbors or her neighbors if it's a girl. Candidate B, I want you to ask questions from candidate A about hometown. Then the examiner allows 1.5 minutes to think, and the examiner provides you with a paper and pencil to take notes if you wish. After that, after 1.5 minutes, the examiner says to candidate A, now ask your questions from candidate B about her neighbors. And the examiner allows 2 minutes for questioning the other partner. After 2 minutes are over, the examiner will stop candidate A and ask candidate B to ask questions from candidate A about hometown. And the examiner will allow 2 minutes to candidate B as well to question candidate A. And this is how this phase, that is phase 1B, it comes to an end. Then comes the listening test, that is called phase 2A. The time for this phase is 4 minutes. Then the examiner tells candidate A and candidate B, in this part of the test, you will listen to 2 recordings and answer some questions. And then the examiner gives the paper, says that you may take notes if you wish. Then the examiner says, you hear 2 people talking about their plans about the weekend. It could be any other topic, any other recording. But the examiner tells you before playing the recording. And then the examiner hands over a booklet that looks kind of like this, with 3 pictures. Where do they want to go on the weekend? To the town, to the mountains, or to the park? Then the recording is played once. After the recording is played, the examiner asks candidate A, in the first recording, where does the woman want to go on the weekend? To a town, to the mountains, or to the park? Then the examiner asks candidate B, where does the man want to go at the weekend? To the town, to the mountains, or to the park? Then the examiner says, now listen to the recording again and answer these questions. After that, the examiner tells you the questions and then plays the recordings. For example, now candidate B answers questions from recording 1 and candidate A answers questions from recording 2. Candidate B has to answer questions from recording 1. So the examiner asks, who can the woman see in the little gate? And how much is a return ticket? Candidate A, in the second recording, how many hours does it take to climb up the mountain? And what is the man worried about? Then the recording is played once again. When the recording ends, the examiner repeats his questions. That candidate B, can you tell me in the first recording, who does the woman see in the little gate? And what does the return ticket cost? And candidate A, in the second recording, how many hours does it take to climb up the mountain and what is the man worried about? And then candidate A and B answer. First candidate B answers and then candidate A answers. And this is the end of the listening task. After that, we have the discussion phase, and this is called phase 2B. Discussion phase. Now, the time for this phase is 3 to 4 minutes. You must continue your discussion for 3 minutes. You don't get any extra time to think about the questions. And the examiner says, now you're going to talk together about the places you like to go on the weekends. Talk to each other about the places you like to go to and what do you like to do there. The examiner can provide some help in case candidate A and candidate B both feel very nervous. Candidate A and candidate B must continue their discussion for 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, the examiner will say, this is the end of the test. Well, I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, then don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Thanks for watching.